I've gotten to teach for 25 years, all of them at Roosevelt High School, and I have been in this very room for 22 of those years. So I've been in this room longer than I've been in my current home. I have formed so many connections and relationships with students over those years, and with the advent of social media, I've been able to keep up with them if they would like that, and it's been really fun to get to be a part of so many different lives, such diversity of experiences that my students have. So I'm pretty blessed. I love being a teacher. I have kept teaching for these 25 years and probably for another 10, 15 more because the connections, right? Like, I love to work with students, get to know them. They teach me so much, and hopefully I've taught them so much. And it really is the relationships and that human contact, working together, being curious together, that gives me energy to keep coming back year after year. It's really fun when, especially with social media, students will find me, students I hadn't heard from for years. So I would say, I think it was last summer, a student I'd had 23 years ago sent me a message out of the blue, out of nowhere, and just said, "Hey, I was thinking about you. Here's what I do now. Thank you for what you did to inspire a love of books in my life," because he works as a librarian now. Just this weekend, I got a message from a student that said, "Hey, I live in Texas, but I'll be in town. Can we get coffee? Can we catch up?" And it's those moments where you just realize that it's more than being their teacher. It's about being a mentor, and then just being someone who cares. One of my greatest joys over here at Roosevelt is that I get to teach Teacher Pathway. And this is a class for students to explore if a career in education is for them. And some students come into it wanting to be teachers, some don't, they just hear it's a fun class. And some students leave with full plans to become teachers, and some don't. It's okay, we're just exploring. Anyhow, I often ask, why did you take this class, or why do you want to be a teacher? And always, it's because of other teachers. Teachers who had an influence on them and said, "Hey, you could be a good teacher, you should take Teacher Pathway." Or teachers that just made them love learning and love school. So we always say those teachers' names and just give them the credit that they deserve in our classroom. And it comes up again and again. Even if we're talking about educational issues or pedagogy, then they'll remember the teachers who did this right or made an impact on this. And it could be about how they taught a lesson, could be about how they chose to do assessment, so many things. My Teacher Pathway students recognize that the teachers have poured into them, and it's made them curious about maybe being a teacher. I really love this hockey stick. One reason is because it's unique and it causes a lot of curiosity among my students. Why do you have a hockey stick? Actually a goalie stick in your room. It's a broken stick. I had a few Stampede players one year, and they signed it. I walked into my room one day and there it was, sitting in my room, signed. I didn't ask for it. It was just a remembrance, a show of appreciation. And I've kind of kept up with some of them, especially one who's now in the NHL. I keep up and make sure things are going well for him there, and they sure are. They sure are. So that's one of my cherished remembrances. And then this wall is the one students are drawn to first. There are so many faces here. So this starts up by the clock with students I had my first year teaching. And that year, I had students who were only 4 or 5 years younger than I was. When they give me a senior picture or a graduation open house announcement, I cut their picture out and put it into these posters. And I'm running out of room, as you can see, but it spans 25 years of students. And when students notice this, especially in Teacher Pathway, we talk about why I have these up here. And I say, you know, in your home, do you have pictures of people on the wall? Yeah. And why do you have those pictures of people on the wall? Because they mean something to us. They're important people to us. And that's why I have these pictures on my classroom wall, because every single person who's been a part of A113 means something to me. We share memories, we share good memories and struggles, and just the effort that went into a year of learning together. Sometimes students will quiz me and say, if I point to a picture, will you be able to tell me something about this student? And no one's ever caught me yet where I can't. I can always say something about them. I will say sometimes I don't remember a name because I've had maybe 3,000 students at this point, but I usually can remember, I always so far have been able to remember something about the student. This wall is very special to me. And my current students know that if they want to give me a picture, they also will be on my classroom wall. And other students will look at all of the lives who have contributed to A113. And I have a picture of my very first teacher pathway students. They are the pathway pioneers. Very proud of them. Many of them have gone from being my students to my colleagues now. Sometimes students create a lot of artwork in their art classes, and they almost create so much that they don't want to keep all of it, and they'll gift it. And this is artwork students have gifted to me, and it's special. I can, again, tell you stories about these people. And I don't know, I guess it's like home again, right? We put the artwork of, at least I put my kids' artwork on my refrigerator, so I guess it's my refrigerator. This one's kind of silly, but here it is. This year's 2 students gifted this to me. I don't know where they got the idea, I don't know where they bought it, but it is special when they want to give you a gift. All of these were given to me or even made by my students and by a student teacher I had. So, you know, what they say means a lot to me. Find joy every day, grateful heart, sees many blessings. I'm glad that's what they thought I would like. That says something about the culture of A113. And just recently I've started collecting pennants. My students will sometimes share with me a pennant from the college that they've decided to go to. I have a feeling this one's going to grow quite a bit, but these are the typical schools my students go to. The spring is always a fun time. I get to teach upperclassmen, juniors and seniors, so a lot of seniors share their open house announcements with me. I don't know if they really want me to go. I think some do, and maybe some don't, but they know that their picture is going to end up on my wall permanently because they matter to me, and I want to keep a piece of them with me here in A113. It really is an honor when they choose to share this with me and choose to invite me to their party, might even be their home. And there's something, I guess, a little bit intimate about that you can't take for granted. And on the wall, we have some more pictures that students have gifted me. My favorite one is the top. A student handed me this. This is our happy place. How do you beat that, right? That you made this classroom a happy place. And believe it or not, there's something on the ceiling as well. A student wanted to paint me something. So she took a ceiling tile, flipped it over. So if we ever didn't want this painting on the ceiling, we could just flip the tile back over. But yeah, she put a lot of work into that because those ceiling tiles soak up the paint. Anyhow, yeah, this is my classroom, and really all of the beings of A113 still have their place here.